Shogun, and you're watching TranceClass TV.
Hey, welcome to TranceClass TV. Tonight we're in Vancouver and we have DJ Shogun from LA. Hi Shogun, how's it going?
I'm good, good. How are you?
Very good, very good. How was your trip down here? Up here?
It was good. Just a short flight. Yep. 2.5 hour flight, so yep. Not bad at all. Yep.
We just talked earlier. You said you're doing a remix right now. What are you remixing at the moment?
Right now I'm working on a remix for Tritonal.
Tritonal.
So I got a few more remixes on the way, and also original productions.
Yep.
With Emma Locke again. And a few more instrumentals, kind of like, you know, Skyfire, since I'm banging stuff as well. Coming up, yeah.
Talking about music, you got quite a few tracks that made it that made really well, and Armin van Buuren, The State of Trance, and pretty much everybody played those, right? Really epic material. I want to know, do you have any classical training? Do you study music or audio engineering, or it just came naturally?
It's okay. I have audio engineering degree.
Yeah.
So which helps out a lot with mixing, with simple stuff like EQ, knowing about like compressors, knowing about it's very important to produce music. You have to know about like the mixing, the engineer behind the scenes, So that's important, and when it comes to like the piano and instruments, I played piano for over 10 years already.
Yeah.
And it's like I started on like Suzuki and did all like that stuff. So, but when it comes to producing trance music, you don't really need to just like go crazy on the piano.
It's not a symphony, right?
Yeah, it's not like a symphony.
Well, it is a symphony, but
yeah. So I mean, in a sense, like it helps, but like in another sense, you can still get away with just like two fingers, just going da 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 da, whatever. But it does help. Yeah,
that worked too. Talking about music, really, what is your best track for last year? I know you played quite a bit worldwide, right? What's the track that really give the biggest moment for you last year? Could be yours or
mine or like someone else's.
The one you play that really you think that touched the people the
I have to
most?
say Fairy Tale,
Okay.
Trapeze, the original mix.
Okay.
I think that one is just like, it's incredible. Like the breakdown is so beautiful. And when you play it, just like everything comes and then people just like feel it, you know? So that to me was probably one of the tracks of the year, I'd say.
Ah, great,
just
great.
amazing song, amazing.
Talking about that, talking about music, you got signed on Armada, and it's really said in your bio that you're the first Asian to sign on Armada, really. That's great, like really, you really represent very well other Asians. And I want to ask you a question about that. You study music and everything. I know there's a lot of classical instruction to Asian, you learn piano and everything, but where did your inspiration for electronic music come from?
It actually came from industrial music, believe it or not. So I started, I liked a lot of like Nine Inch Nails, hard, dark stuff like that, you know? But it was like, I mean, this was back in what, like the late 90s. That kind of like, that music kind of blew up a little bit. Nine Inch Nails got really popular. But it's like in the States, you couldn't really find the good stuff. You couldn't really find trance, you know? So eventually, it was like Goriela, Armin, of course, Salat Ferry Corson, Paul Van Dyke. It was like these guys, the pioneers, that I heard their songs, I heard their production. It was like just blown away by trance music because the melodies and everything was so beautiful. And it's like, I was like, wow, I can't believe this type of music exists, you know? So ever since then, I just kind of like got deeper into it. And that's how like everything kind of just started out for me, for trance music.
Great, great, great. I know that trance is really big in the US. What do you think of the progression in the past 5 years of dance music in the US? You know, it became...
honestly, I think it's probably gonna lean towards more house first.
Yeah.
Because if you look at all like the hot artists right now, they're teaming up, like the hip hop artists, they're teaming up with house people, you know?
Yeah.
It's gonna, that's like kind of like the new movement. It's gonna go towards house first. And then I think like after people are like, yeah, house, it's, you know, it's we got enough of house, then maybe it'll move into the trance. Because like to me, trance is the deepest, it's the most emotional. So it's like I feel like you can't just give them like right away.
Okay.
It's like you have to kind of like work your way up to it. Especially like if there's like big companies, big sponsorships behind these artists, I think they'll go for house first because it's again, not to put this in a like, you know, say this in the wrong way, but I think it's easier to listen to.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So, and it works better with hip hop.
Yeah.
So it's like, of course, that's my idea. It's just like, probably go with house first and then lead into trance.
Yeah, I think that right now there's a few artists that have some pretty heavy stabs in their song. You know, we cannot say that it's house, but
right.
You know, it's still very. We still influence the root of the pop music.
Yeah,
really.
Of course.
talking about music some more, you produced music for a while, right? Can you tell us about your evolution to music production? So you play piano and everything.
Right.
You started producing dance music when?
Well, actually, I started out just an audio engineer. Like I was very interested in just like the geeky stuff behind the music, you know. So it's like for me, it was just about like finding out about stuff like distortion, about analog versus digital. Like you know, it's like people like our ears, we hear digital, but then when we hear analog, when we hear distortion, like to humans that feels better and it sounds better.
Smoother.
So yeah, I was like really interested in this, and I just wanted to like just mix and just, you know, get on like a big Neve board and just do like the studio stuff behind it. But it was like the melodies, the whole like, you know, epicness of trance, the emotions of trance that really like pushed me. So it was like a combination of both, like the audio engineering plus just like the inspiration I get from trance music.
Yeah.
That you just put those two together, and that's how, you know, just create music like that. Yeah.
Great. Talking about club, you're playing in Vancouver tonight at Gossip, which is just down the road this way.
Right.
I want to know, what is your favorite club that you played at? I know you played at Ministry of Sound, so it might be one of your favorite.
Yeah.
Maybe you had better. But I
think the favorite club is probably in Taipei, because I'm you know, I'm Taiwanese. My parents are Taiwanese, so it's like there's a club called Luxy in Taipei.
Say Luxy, right?
Yeah, Luxy, Taipei, and that was just it was amazing, because it was kind of like going back, and a lot of my friends were there.
Yeah.
And you know, like my grandparents lived there still, so it's like I feel like I was at home, you know. And it's just like a really amazing venue to play at, and also even Gossip. I think the crowd is just amazing. It's like the crowd makes the place, you know.
Vancouver crowd is very receptive to trance. It's quite something.
Yeah, you guys, you know, they know the trance.
Yeah, of course. This is why we're doing the show, and we're pretty happy. We get all the best people, really. Okay, talking about gigs some more. You playing in Vancouver? Where are you heading next? You're going back home, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna go home and rest for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, back in the studio, just some time off, just rest, and then I gotta go to Australia for ASAP 500, and I'll be in Melbourne, and then Sydney for the grand finale of ASAP 500.
Oh, that's great.
And after that, I got Zouk KL, which is in Malaysia, and then Indonesia, and then I'll be back to Melbourne again. So yeah, it's gonna get busy, but it's great. Yeah.
One last question, really. You're producing yourself. I know that you're releasing a lot of stuff, but who is the artist right now that you can see that one that you play and like the most?
When it comes to production-wise, I really like Origin Nielsen and Cosmic Gate. Cosmic Gate, I think they know like the whole thing with less is more.
Yeah.
Like they're really good at that.
Definitely.
You know, less is more, and they got their stuff down. And also Origin Nielsen, he's just like that guy's a beast. He just pounds out, like, you know, all these big massive tracks one after another. And I just like when I listen to him, I'm like, it blows me away. Origin Nielsen, he's really crazy. He's awesome, man. And as far as like dropping tracks at clubs, I like to drop a lot of Armin, a lot of like progressive trance stuff that you hear on the State of Trance. A lot of big vocals.
Yeah.
I'm a big, you know, vocal guy, and then also like the older stuff as well. So maybe like throwing like some Paul Van Dyke, throwing some like old Ferry Corsten, like Made of Love.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
know? Yeah, so like it's always good to drop kind of like a classic that everyone knows, because I feel like that kind of heightens up the crowd, and they're like, and they can sing to it. It's like, we all know this song, we love it. So yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Shogun, for being on the show.
Thank you, man.